Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kelly Wicker and I'm beyond excited to share with you a delightful project featuring Spellbinders' latest collection. So stay tuned. Today I'll be using a fantastic array of supplies to bring this project to life. First up we have the Nasturtium and Galvanized wash bucket etch dies from the Through the Garden collection by Spellbinders. Next I'll be incorporating the Fawn Meadows border dies, which will help us add some beautiful greenery and depth to our scene. Then I'll be using this brick stencil from Fawn, which will help give our project a unique and eye-catching look. And then I'm going to be using the A7 layering dies from Waffle Flower to create today's card panel. I'm making an A7 card today because the galvanized wash bucket measures 5.46 by 3.9 inches. So that's the reason for the A7 card today. So let's dive right into the card making. Okay, so let's turn down to the desk now and create today's card panel. So I'm getting out my stamp and stencil mat to help hold the cardstock in place and the stencil. As you see me do here, I'm getting out my mint tape to help hold it down because this is a large card panel. It's 5 by 7. And now I'm getting out my Distress Oxide inks. I'm using Fired Brick, Aged Mahogany, and Ground Espresso to create the brick look. I wanted it to look like the brick wall of the outside of our house. That's what I was trying to do. And now I'm kind of going in with a heavy hand here because I want it all filled in nicely. I just love the stencil. It really does look like a brick wall. And now removing the tape and finishing out the panel here. So just shifting it over and making sure everything lines up there. There we go. And just cleaning off my brush in between the different colors using my microfiber cloth. Filling it all in. That looks wonderful. Now to peel the stencil off, there we go. And just bend the stencil mat back to peel off the cardstock. And now we're adding the grass that I cut off camera using that meadow border die from Fawn and getting out my precision glue, Barely Arts glue to help glue down the grass. There we go, laying it down. And trimming off a little bit there that was sticking off. So I got out my splat box here because I wanted to add some shimmer. So I'm using my shimmer spritz spray and just spraying it all over the card panel. And then getting out my microfiber cloth here to help speed up the drying process because, well, I'm impatient. There we go. And then now for the flowers. So I got out my stamp wheel here to hold the flowers in place, because I'm going to add the color to the flowers. And I recently bought these, this Dauber wand, it's called, and it has 6 replacement heads with it. I picked it up from Pink and Maine. I will have it linked below in the description box if you're interested. I think it's really cute. I love the little sparkles inside the handle there. But just going in with spiced Marmalade here with the Dauber to color all the flowers, and I sped that up here so you didn't have to see me do them all in real time because it was pretty time consuming there. And you kind of want to go in with a pouncing motion with that Dauber, but I did try brushing as you saw and it didn't hurt the Dauber any. So now just taking these off the stamp wheel and cleaning it up a little bit here. This always stains. I just try to help keep it clean, depending on the ink colors you use. Okay, you guys, now it's time to assemble the flowers together. So I'm getting out my Barely Art Precision Craft Glue to adhere these. So what I'm doing is, what I've had pictured in my head is I'm taking the 3-petal layer and then adding a dab of glue behind there and then pressing it into the 2-petal layer to form the flower. That's what I had pictured in my head when I was going to assemble these. So now I'm just doing that to all the flowers here. And the Barely Arts glue is slowly turning into my favorite glue. I haven't had any issues with this glue drying out or clogging. I even will let it sit out in the air without any pin in it. I couldn't find any of my pins to help keep it closed. But I did find some on Pink and Main website. They actually sell those green pins. So if you ever need one, I'll have a link down below in the description box if you ever need replacements. Now on to adding some shimmer to the flowers. I wanted to step them up a little bit. I didn't do any shaping to the flowers or anything because I wanted this to be a flat card and because I'm going to mail it to somebody. So I figured once I mail it, it's going to go flat. So anyways, we added some shimmer. So there we go. And now we are on to distressing the bucket. So I didn't want this to be plain. I want it to look like it's been out in the elements. So we're going to distress it with the Distress Oxide inks. I am using Weathered Wood, Black Soot, and Hickory Smoke to help distress it. And some blending brushes from Waffle Flower. And I'm just kind of blackening up the edging here. And like I said, I kind of wanted this to look like a planter that was out in my front yard. This is sitting on our porch. Because outside in our front porch, we have a brick wall on the side leading up to our front door. And then we have a planter there next to the door. So that's kind of what where I got the idea for this card. So now, these I didn't realize were supposed to be the centers of the flower, but I repurposed them into the handles of the wash bucket. So, like I said, I wanted this to be a flat card, and I had another idea for the centers of the flower anyways. So that's my reasoning for that. And now I'm just adding the veins to the flowers, and there's some etched lines in there. So that's what I'm going off of with my white gel pen. And just doing that to all the stems. There we go. That looks great. Just trying to add that little extra detail. And we are just about done with those. There we go. Okay, now that the veins are done, now we're going to add the flowers to the stems. So that's what you see me doing here. Just adding a little dab of glue to the top of the stem and adhering the flower to all the stems. There we go. That's looking good. This is really easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. Now let's dive into some flower arranging. As I put together these beautiful blooms, I'll let some music fill the air so you can enjoy the process without any distractions. Sit back, relax, and let the creativity flow. So as I finished with the planter there and the flowers, I added some twine to the planter. I thought that just added a fun element to it. It's some really old Stampin' Up! Twine that I had, so I just wanted to kind of use it since I had never really used it before, and I thought this worked out perfect for it. So anyways, now on to pick a sentiment. I have a bunch here that I pre-foiled, and just picking out the right wording for this card. I think just a note works. So that's what we're going to go with. Thinking of you works, but I like just a note. Okay, now we're finishing up today's card project here. I'm getting out my Gina K dot runner, adding the adhesive to the back of the planter and the flowers, and it's going to get placed right in the center of the card panel. There we go. Doesn't that look great? I love how that turned out. Before we wrap up today's video, I just wanted to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you who have taken the time to watch and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me. Whether you've been with me from the beginning or you've just recently joined, please know that your engagement, feedback, and encouragement inspire me to continue creating content that hopefully brings value to your lives. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Your subscriptions, likes, comments, and shares fuel my passion for creating content, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you all. So until next time, take care and keep being awesome. Now on to finishing up the card by placing some Spellbinders self-adhesive silver embellishments to the centers of the flowers. And I thought about adding a flower on the ground to make it look like it had fallen off, but nah, I changed my mind. And I already had a pre-scored note card ready to go for my 5x7 card. And there we go, just lining it up. And that's the card project for today. It looks great. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.